Welcome back to Homestead Aquarius. I'd like to tell you about a brand new collaboration that a friend of mine has just gotten started. Her name is Gail Southern Living, and she started a collaboration called hashtag Weird Container Gardening. You're looking at one of my containers. Now, it's not really all that weird. It's a nice little container there that I've got some Egyptian walking onions in. Nothing unusual about that. Nothing really unusual about this little pine tree that needs to come out of there, right? No, 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 no. Okay, it's got to go. Bye-bye, pine tree. That's a pretty normal container. A lot of people have these, and they do great. But me and my personality, I like to get weird. I've seen lots of stuff out there, and I've grown in many things, like my friend Wilson there. Yeah, Wilson is an old volleyball that I found, and say, you know what? I can do something with that right there. Look at there. Just opened it up, took out all the guts, and put some dirt in there. That's walking onions in there as well. Now, you can do everything that's normal and be normal, or you can have some fun. You can have you a weird container to grow in. There's so many things. I have seen people gardening in their old boots. I have seen people growing things in their old boots. Now look at these. They have lived a hard life. They sure have. And I think it's time that I retire them. But I'm going to repurpose these boots in a couple and reuse them in some different ways. Now, that's kind of weird. That's weird. What about this? What if your container is a jar, but that jar has got a tadpole in it? What if you're raising tadpoles in a little jar, and you've got some of your Egyptian spinach there, your longevity spinach, starting to root from cuttings for it? That would be kind of weird too, and rather stinky if you use your boots to keep it in. But there's a couple of things that you would need to know about container gardening. Make sure that you've got to think about drainage. You have to think about what kind of drainage your plants need. You want to also consider the water, how much you're going to have to water them. And that goes along with the drainage. But your soil is very important. Most plants that you get will do really well if you've got very good, rich soil in there, mixed in with a little bit of potting soil. It gives a good balance. But if you've got a cactus, then the cactus, of course, doesn't need that much. But what if you've got onions? These walking onions have been in this volleyball and Wilson for almost, that's probably a year by now. And the only thing that I have to do for Wilson is to water him occasionally in the hot summer. Now, I've got plenty of drain holes in here. There's plenty of drainage. I can't really see them, but he does have plenty of drainage. But what made this possible is the rich soil, and also little pieces of wood that are mixed into it that are pretty rotten. They help hold the moisture in there. Never have to worry about this except when it gets very hot. And of course that has plenty of water. One more thing I'll show you about drainage. This pool here, this little kiddie pool, I've used these before. Right now these are rescuing my strawberries, but I failed to put in a drainage hole. So there's a couple there. Always make sure you consider your drainage, because if you don't, you're going to waterlog your plants. They're going to die. And you also want to consider something else. Your other main concern with weird container gardening is what the container is made of and what you want to grow in it. Now, this is all safe stuff here, but you do want to consider what your container is made out of. These drink bottles here, it's not terribly weird, but the plastic, that kind of plastic won't leach and won't get into your food. Now, if you're growing plants like flowers or something that you're not going to eat, it's not a concern. Glass and some metal, okay, not all metal, but again, it depends on what the use is. If it's food, be very concerned that whatever weird container you're growing in is going to be food safe, or at least not going to leach into your food, and then you'll be eating that. Nobody needs extra aluminum or Teflon or any extra whatever in their diet. They want all natural stuff. But weird containers are fun, and it's another way to grow something, especially if you live in an apartment or have something inside your house year-round. But if you keep all of that in mind, then you'll be doing good. If you don't, you just have a bunch of horseradish in your life, and who needs that? Bunch of horseradish. But this is a fun thing to do, and if you're out there gardening or would like to garden and you think it's too hard or whatever, just get you a container and start having fun. And then get you a weird container. That could be your best friend right there. This one's mine. You'll have to get your own. But y'all check out Gail's Southern Living and join me and other people with this hashtag Weird Container Growing. And I'd like to thank you for stopping in with me at Homestead Aquarius. And y'all be good and have a wonderful day. Daily frog action to finish it out, right? Well, that's a tadpole. You're right, that's a tadpole in the house. But that right there, my friends, if I get it in here, that is I think it's a southern leopard frog. That's one of the tadpoles now. His name is Tadpool, after Deadpool. And he is an escape artist. Leopard frogs make great pets on the inside. Northern leopard frogs make better pets. Southern leopard frogs are a little more skittish, and they tend to hide a lot, and they tend to escape. With that, I'm going to escape now and leave you to your day. But look at that. Are you still eyeballing me, son?